I love talking about the nuts and bolts of business when I'm doing speaking and trainings, is because I think business is actually pretty simple, and it's not supposed to be really hard, but it's us that makes it hard. Oftentimes we overcomplicate things. We're trying to make it really difficult rather than keeping things simple. And I find that when you're talking with a business owner, we can talk about a lot of highfalutin topics. We can talk about a lot of motivational things. But what's actually going to give them a result? What's going to actually add the most value to them? And I find a lot of times, especially in the speaking world, a lot of speakers will talk just about themselves, and they'll talk about, things that might seem exciting, but is it something that their audience can actually go away and use? Is it something they can implement in their business? A lot of business owners out there are struggling, or they're unsure of their capabilities. They don't necessarily believe in themselves. And even for myself, when I first started in business, it was confusing, and I felt a bit out of my depth, and I wasn't sure what I was doing or how to do it. Yet once I understood some simple procedures, some simple concepts and ideas around business, it meant then I could have more success. And I think the number one thing that you can give to any business owner is confidence. If they're confident that they can run their business and they believe that they can run their business, they will gain a greater success. So that's why I love talking about the nuts and bolts of business, like how to market, what's the theory of marketing, how do we attract those customers, how do we sell more, how do we increase our sales conversion, how do we get control on our time, how do we increase profitability, how do we implement systems. These are tangible things that people can go ahead and use in their business the second that they leave a conference or a seminar or a workshop. So it's really important for me as that person leading them is that I'm giving them things that are of value, things that can really help them. But at the same time, I want them to be really easy for them to implement. If something's too complicated, people procrastinate. If you make it simple, break it down to the common denominator, make it just simple steps that's common sense and practical. My mum says that common sense should be called uncommon sense because it's not very common that people have it. But I think that the more that you can use common sense techniques and practical solutions, the easier it is for people to implement, the more confidence they have, and the more success they'll end up in their business with.